Hi, everyone. Welcome back. And it's great to see all of you guys once again for our webinar series for EalSuite Evolution webinar series. So, another week of excitement, uh, another engaging week with plenty of releases and curiosity and further excitement from my side as well to explain all these things to all of you guys. So, once again, welcome back, everyone, to our webinar series. So you are in for a treat once again. We have so many, exciting releases and enhancements this time around in our software. Okay, let me just see the audience. Hello, everyone. I hope that everybody is settling in quite nicely as always. Hi, Nandita. Hi, Vinayak. Jaisal is also here. Good evening, Jaisal. Good evening. Yes, we will be getting started in a few seconds. Um, just before that, I want anyone to just confirm whether my screen is properly visible for everyone. Is there any issues with my voice? And am I properly visible as well? So I'm sharing my screen right now. You can see EalSuite Evolution. Yes, thank you for the confirmation. Yes, thank you for the confirmation, everyone. So let's get started, right? EalSuite Evolution. So we will be dealing with audit logs for users, email sharing with respect to proforma invoices, and the way in which we have efficiently, enhanced or scaled up the lead management module. Those features will be our focus of discussion today. So let's get started. Let me just bring in our release notes here. Yes. So, um, 09/03/2024, we had a release, and we'll be speaking about that exclusively in this particular webinar. So, we'll start with the feature update audit log for users. So, stay on top of user details, which are the user creation and user editing activities with our new audit log feature, providing a transparent and detailed record of user info action within EalSuite. Then we have email sharing for proforma invoice. So we have introduced direct proforma invoice sharing via mail, streamlining your communication and building processes. And then we have efficient lead management. We have introduced the new bulk deleting and bulk updating option, making large scale lead adjustment quick and hassle free. Then we have two bugs that we fixed. The first one with respect to the mobile invoice payment interface, and it has a lot to do with the custom with the cost center field. And then we have the foreign currency invoice calculation fix. So there was a small miscalculation issue that arouses when retrieving a foreign currency invoice which was in a due state. So we'll be taking a look into all of that. So here we are, EalSuite Evolution, and let's get started with our first update. Yes, introducing audit log for user management. So we have, uh, further enhancement when it comes to the transparency of the user actions. So the new audit log provides a detailed record of user creation and editing activities. And this can provide us a further insight into the actions and informations, empowering the administrators to track and monitor the changes effectively. Obviously, compliance and security is a major thing. So the audit log can contribute to the compliance efforts and boost or bolster our security measures by providing a transparent and detailed record of user activities. So this is a way in which the audit log for user management works. So let me just show it to you. So if we get started with the audit log of users, for that we need to first of all go into our settings module. So I'll be taking the first branch, and you can see the users and roles option under the company setup. So here we have three different tabs like the users, roles, and user policy. So we have already created we already have a bunch of existing roles here. And while you're creating a new user, what happens? That's a question. So while you're creating a new user, so let me just give a new user. I'm just going to provide the full name as new user. So new user at gmail.com. And I'm going to assign a project member role for this particular user. So this is a new user creation process. So I'm submitting. So into new user at gmail.com, he or she will be receiving an email, right? So this particular user is created right now. So if you look at the audit log, we can see that Varun Krishna, that is me, which is a full administrator, has created a new user at gmail.com. So that's the creation part, right? Now, if I go there and if I can change the role into a human resource manager and I submit, so I have updated or edited that user successfully. So in that case, you can see that the data has been edited. So further data editing, so I'm further changing the department and I'm providing a phone number and I'm submitting. And let's see what the changes will be. So again, you can see that at 11:28 a.m., the user has been edited. So all the editing will be shown under the activity log as well. So one very important thing I want to mention here is that as of now, we're only providing activity log for two different actions. The first one is the user creation action, and the next one is the user editing action. As of now, we're not providing activity log if the user logins you can see that the user has not yet logged in. It is not in a not verified state. So if the user logs in, then this vanishes. And that's the reason why you can see that Arjit at gmail.com has logged in. Varun at EalSuite.com has logged in, right? We won't be providing that activity log. But in the future, we will be providing those activity logs as well. Everything related to the new user will be getting provided in the future updates. All right, so you can keenly look into our release notes every 2 weeks, and you can expect such kind of updates. All right, so this was the first update, and it was everything about introducing new audit log facility for user management. Next, we will be moving into one of our enhancement, and that is in the proforma invoice area. So seamless proforma invoice sharing. So we had the option to share invoices, right? To share sales orders. But as of now, we didn't have this particular facility to share it through mail, exclusively through mail, in terms of proforma invoices. So effective communication, enhanced client experience, and the billing process will also get optimized by this particular enhancement. So let's see how this works. So if we go to the sales module, we can see the proforma invoice section. So if we can open it, we will have a bunch of proforma invoices right now. So to create a proforma invoice, we can go here and I'm going to select this particular customer. Let's keep it in the send status itself. Let me just add few items here and save. So we have a proforma invoice created right now. It is in a send format also. If it's not in a send format, if it is not in a send format, under the share option, we can see the email. So here we can select proforma invoice. And let me just keep this person as in CC itself. So you can see that the two, mail is not getting directly fetched. The reason why it is not getting directly fetched is because if we come here and search for that customer, Kavya, and if you open it, if you look at the email part, you can see that the email is not given. So I can edit it. I can add an email, or you can do the same while creating the customer itself. So if the customer already has an email attached, then in this particular case, if you reload, we can see that the email of the customer comes in. So if we edit it, and we can simply click on update details. So all the details will be updated. We can save. And then if we go to the pro forma sharing, we can see that. So we can see that the email will automatically get fetched in the under the to field. So one important thing is that if you've already provided the email data while creating the customer, then the to field will automatically get fetched. Otherwise, you can manually provide if you want to give an additional email also, like if Kavya has an additional email, like this can also work. You can input multiple addresses under the to field and also under the CC field as well, right? So I can share this. So I can click send and you can see that the email has been sent. So if you look at the log, we can see that the pro forma invoice was created, then it was further edited and it was shared to all of these people. So we have introduced the email sharing facility for pro forma invoice as well. We already have it for invoices. So if we can come here and see, and if you go to sales orders, as of now for sales orders, we don't have it. So in the future, we will be bringing it for further bills as well. All right. So that is the way seamless pro forma invoice sharing works. Next, we'll be moving into bulk lead management update. So efficient lead management handling, time-saving features, and data integrity. So the first question that will be coming into everybody's mind. As of now, there was a bulk update facility associated with lead management, right? What was it? So the answer to that particular question is that yes, this is not the first time we are providing a bulk update facility under lead management. We could do that, but that was limited to two fields. The first one was assignees, and the next one was, can anyone just give me an answer to that? Let me just phrase this in a different manner. We are not introducing the bulk update feature to lead management. Lead management already had a bulk update facility or a provision, but it was limited to two different fields. The first one was assignees. The next one, yes, I have an answer. Yes, absolutely, yes. The different stages of the lead. That could have been bulk updated. But right now, under the lead section, if we select all of these persons, you can see we have a bulk update option. And right now it is not limited to assigned staff and the different stages. So earlier we only had stages and assigned staff. Right now we have other fields as well. So you can provide the value and you can bulk update. So name, and you can bulk update in a similar manner. So let's just see. So rather than, I just want to update the name, or maybe the email or the phone number, assignees, country, zip, zip value. So you can see that for lead 003, that is Austin and Aman Mathur, you can see the zip value got updated. So in a similar way, bulk update works. Similar way it works for customer suppliers, so and so. And similarly, we have the bulk delete option as well. We have introduced a bulk delete for lead management. And the next option, I'm sure that everybody knows this, the import lead facility also is already present for a long while back. So if you click on it, we'll directly get redirected into the import data section for lead. Okay, so that was another enhancement related to bulk lead management. Next one will be the mobile invoice payment interface improvement. So this was a tricky one. We had to first of all identify the glitch, right? And then we resolved it. So the issue was, let me just go back. The issue was, if we create an invoice, okay, let's say if we created this invoice, this is an unpaid invoice, and we have to make a payment. So during this time, if there was a cost center field, I'm just talking about the mobile interface, all right? If there was a cost center field, this particular cost center was not shown. I'm not talking about the entire field or the area to provide data, just you see the name of that particular field, cost center was not shown. And the cost center, this drop down was taking up the whole space here. So that was a glitch. when it comes to mobile interfaces, not web interface, a mobile interface. And right now we have fixed that particular bug we had. And that was all about the mobile invoice payment interface improvement. Now we'll be finally coming into our final bug fix, and that is improving foreign currency invoice calculation. So the invoice calculation, this is a very, this issue comes in only when you take in multiple steps. So those step was first, we'll have to create a new customer. So an overseas customer with US dollar. Let's keep the currency like that. And I'm saving. And against this particular person, let me just create an invoice with 82.45. So this is the amount. Let me just save it. Yes, unpaid status. So if you make a payment right now, you can see this. So earlier, I provided, so let me just show it to you once again. If I go to edit, you can see 82.45 was the currency rate I provided when I was creating the invoice, right? Now, while making payment, so I did it again, approval is required. So while making payment, I'm not giving this particular amount. I'm going to give a different amount. Imagine I'm making the payment on a different date, and this value has risen to this particular value, right? So the HDFC Bank, I'm making the entire payment save. So here, the total amount has been paid. So the invoice amount is 63460.40, and you can see a related transaction has been made. If we go to reports, daily book, this month, filter, okay, this month, this cost center, first branch, all group, filter, or maybe for today, okay, sales, output, you can see this particular value, right? And let me just custom range it, 18th to 1st of April, apply, filter. And here we can see a foreign exchange gain of credit of this much amount, right? So we had the sales. So we get the output GST, input GST, sundry debtor. This amount will be the that we have the HDFC Bank debit, the sundry debtors, this much amount, and we have the foreign exchange gain of this much, right? Now what happens? If I return back to this invoice and see editing it on a later date, I'm editing it and I'm keeping the value to something like 99 because this was the amount currency rate I've given to payment, right? So I'm keeping it like this and I'm clicking on save. So what happens if this particular thing happens? There was a foreign exchange gain on this particular date. And now let me just go to the payment. Yes. So we have the payment section. And what happens if I delete this payment? If I delete this payment and return back to invoice, there was a discrepancy shown with the value. So here the total is this much. There was a discrepancy shown with the value. So right now we don't have that discrepancy. The total amount is the earlier amount itself. So that was not the case before this particular week. So that was a bug that we have fixed. So I would say with that, we'll be winding up our webinar for this particular week. Not a lot of complicated updates. A very fascinating one was the audit log, and I'm kind of imagine the kind of developments that we'll be bringing in future in that particular area. And we bought in a sharing facility for Proforma through email and bulk update and bulk delete for lead management as well. So if anyone's having any kind of doubts related to those areas or in general, you can ask me now. Is there any doubts, anyone? No doubts. Nothing. So as always, thank you everyone for joining today's meeting. It was a fun ride. Like I told you, not a lot to discuss for me this particular week, but still just expect a lot in the coming weeks because we have a lot of things coming in. So if you're having further doubts, you can always reach out to a support team. They will be able to handle any of your queries. And if you have any use cases or different kinds of case studies to discuss, we are open to that as well. So you can reach out to your service partners also. They will also be able to help you out on this one. All right. If you're having any further queries, you can also post it in our community forum. It's always open. It's an open source platform. It's an open platform for everyone to come in, discuss all these kinds of things. And I wish that the community gets bigger on a day-to-day basis as well. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. Is there any more doubts that you're having? No. So bye-bye then. Bye.